What's going on, people? Welcome back to Premzy TV. And it's finally back, people. Premier League Unpacked episode 29. Obviously, as you can see, Tom is unfortunately not well, so he will be back next week. But we have a brilliant replacement in Guna Lee, my brother. What you telling me, G? You good?
Yeah, man. Listen, all the time when I come on this show, I have fun. So, and listen, we got a little pagan at the bottom of this thing. So, yeah, listen, we're gonna get into this whole thing, bro. We're gonna get into this, man. Still, we
You
saying
get
no,
me,
man.
man, showing the gains, man, showing the gains. You get me? World
Alright,
Cup gym session in, eh?
that's it. I'm flexing. I'm ready, man. You know what? I enjoyed the World Cup, but I'm so glad that it's over because now it's back to business. It's back to everyone's been waiting for the Premier League to kick back off, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
110, 110. And people, big announcement as well. Patrick is our newest member to Premier League Unpacked as well. You get me, people? So you're going to be seeing him all the time on the channel, on the show. And you know what, people? Let me tell you something, yeah. This Tottenham geezer, you're going to start liking him just like I have. You know what I'm saying? At first, you
Nah,
see the...
Premzy, bro. Don't listen.
You
Make sure you
see,
put
you
this guy
see
in
the
his
little
place, bro.
chicken. You see
Make
the...
sure you put
Bro,
this guy in his place, bro. I'm
anybody
telling you,
on
bro.
this show knows what time it is. You get me,
Exactly,
bro? Big
that's it.
P out here. You get me? But
I'm
it's
here
all
to
love,
I'm
bro.
here
It's
to
all love.
rep Spurs, man, because man, Arsenal have been way too loud this season, and with all due respect, you deserve it. But yeah, man, I'm here to reel it in a bit and make sure that Tottenham get their due respect, and we get
Just
there.
because you, man, have had a
Premzy,
little
bro.
4-week break, yeah, don't you start getting excited because we all know, yeah,
Premzy, bro.
Romero
You
only
need to
got
put
that
this
World
guy in his.
Cup because of
Make sure
Messi.
you put this guy in his place, bro. That's what you need to do, Premzy, bro.
Right,
Make sure
listen,
you let him know who
we're
the king
coming,
of
man.
North
We're
London
coming.
is, bro. Listen, man.
Well, look, people, look, let's jump into it straight away. There's no other place to start than the World Cup final, yeah. Obviously, we all know what happened. Harry Kane let his nation down, you get me?
Chill. That's got nothing to do with the final.
Harry
You see
Kane let
that?
his nation down, yeah, and let France go through to the final. But what a final it was. Let's go to you first, Lee, yeah. What did you make of that final? Because it was fireworks. Probably one of the best finals I've seen in a very long time, man.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought the final was dramatic. It wasn't the best final. I don't think the quality was there all the way from the first half. I think Argentina were very, very good and they just came out and thumped them. But I don't think the quality was that amazing until about the 70th minute. But the entertainment, and I think that was the theme of the World Cup. The entertainment is just out there. It was outrageous. And if you think about it, it's mad that Argentina actually lost to Saudi and then they still came back and did some madness and won the whole thing. So yeah, big up to them, man. Look, they done their thing, they won it. Big up to Messi. He's done his thing now and he's got his trophy now. So he's the goal. That's done now. For me, listen, I'm glad that he's done his thing. I'm glad that Messi's now finished the agenda. Now let's get back to the Prem football, man. Let's get back to the Prem football.
You know what, bro? You see, with me, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Over the last couple of World Cups, man's been seeing boring finals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
1-0s
yeah,
here
yeah,
and
yeah.
there, and this one, bro, it was exciting for me. For me, I feel like it's been the best one in a long time, just due down
Mm.
to the Messi Ronaldo situation. Who's the best player of all time? The Mbappe, the new kid on the block coming through. You get me? Do you see that man rubbing his legs like he was a Formula One
Yeah,
machine? You
yeah,
get me?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It was all a mad thing. But Patrick, tell me, what did you think of that, bro? Did you see France coming back, getting them 2 goals in quick concession like that?
No, I didn't, and that's the thing. I think that final game was just pretty much the icing on the cake for what we all thought was a fantastic tournament. And I can't lie, going
Mm.
into it, I was a bit like, man, I wasn't really excited. It's in the middle of the season, being a massive, fan of club football. I was just annoyed that our Premier League got put on hold. But as the tournament started to progress, I actually forgot that it was in the winter. I just really enjoyed it. There have been so many moments. Morocco doing what they did, obviously the England-France game, so many upsets, so many surprises. Like you said, Saudi Arabia beating Argentina, Brazil doing what they did and then crashing out, Croatia still quietly going about their business. There were so many different stories bubbling away. And I thought that final, the first, like Lee said, the first 60, 70 minutes is so one-sided. And then literally France just pretty much lulled Argentina to sleep, gave them a false sense of security. And they
Yeah.
always say a 2-0 scoreline is the most dangerous scoreline. Because once you get that goal back, then the other team's scrambling, aren't they? And you could see as soon
Yeah.
as France scored one, you knew they was going to get a second. Do you know what I mean? It was just, it was mad. And then,
I did want to add on though as well. Like, I mean, putting my Arsenal hat on, it was nice to see Saka really come onto the world stage so everyone
yeah,
can see what we talk about. And you know, people always say that Dembele from France is like this amazing player. And listen, he's got all the talent in the world, but for me, to now start putting Saka in levels above that, because the guy, no matter what you want to say about him, he's constantly improving. And I think what I like about him is he's just so direct, and he always does something in the game. Dembele, listen, I know it's the final, so I'm not going to compare the two, but listen, my man dropped a disaster class in that game yesterday, and Saka, listen, we're now people are now seeing what this guy does on a weekly basis for Arsenal in the Premier League and for England, because he always turns up for England as well. You know, he always turns up with a goal or an assist, or you know, he's impactful in the game. Dembele, too many times, man, this guy is just, he's getting away with murder in some of these performances, and I just think that for Saka, he's really come to the fore. Unlike certain strikers, you get paid to score goals, and you kind of you put it back to White Hart Lane when you're in Qatar.
You can,
I don't
you
know,
can
bro.
give,
I don't
you
know,
know what,
man.
you know what, you can give Saka his flowers
Listen,
without
hold on.
slandering
Don't
Kane.
treat the messenger. I didn't say anything. Don't treat the messenger. I'm just repeating what I heard somewhere online. I don't know. Don't treat the messenger. I don't know what's going on. You see, look, you know what? This I know. These man are these man are triggered. I didn't say no one's name. I didn't say no one's name.
We know what you was getting at,
man
though.
got-
Subliminal,
Hey, listen,
bare
listen.
subliminals.
Hey,
and
Premzy,
that.
what are we saying that here, bro?
You know what? Yeah, Lee. I'm gonna agree with you. Yeah, with the Saka situation, bro. It's about time. Yeah, that man start putting some respect on his name. You get me? With this, the platform of the World Cup, people could come out and show their ability, show what they've got. You get me? And likewise with Martinelli, I feel like when he came on for Brazil, man was ripping it up left, right, and centre. And that certain person that you're talking about, Harry Kane, you get me? This was his platform. This was what it was, to show the world what time it is. But unfortunately, I just think nerves got the better of him, you know, and you know what? He fucked it. You get me? He absolutely fucked it. You know what? What you learn, Patrick? Because this is the first time we've spoke since this. You get me? Because I missed the best of the rest. You get me on Saeed's show due to my niece's birthday. And I just wanted to ask you as well, bro. Low and hard, you get me? Put it in one of the corners, bro. My man sent it all the way back to Tottenham Stadium. What's going on?
And that's what I was saying. I said it on Saeed's show. If in doubt, just go down the middle, man. Just blast it. Don't go low, because if the keeper's got his trailer leg, he can still save it. But if you go low, if you go direct down the middle, pretty much mid-goal, no one's saving it. And yeah, Harry Kane nerves just got the better of him. He overthought it. And to be fair, you know, I'm not going to come on here and slant. I think Saka had a really good tournament. And like you were saying, I think he was just consistent. Not in every game he was brilliant, but he never dipped below probably a 6 out of 10. And where you saw Dembele, I know it was a World Cup final, so of course the chips are a bit higher, but Dembele had a disaster class. And the thing with Dembele is that he's up and down. He's too inconsistent, where with Saka, you're pretty much getting 6s and 7s out of 10 now at least. So to be fair to Saka, this year I've seen a massive improvement, and the maturity is there now. I can see it. And against France, Saka and Kane were England's two best players and pretty much the only goal threat. So it's a shame Kane did what he did. I still think Kane had a good tournament. But obviously, you're only going to be remembered for those massive moments. And in that moment, Kane didn't deliver. So it is a shame. But we have to dust ourselves off and go again. Kane still got a lot to prove in the Premier League and Champions League. So we go. And obviously, you boys.
He should definitely have another World Cup in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's 20, 29 now. You know, I mean, he's not moving as much as he used to. So it's not like he's putting a lot of hard yards in the tank. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He might not be the main focal point in 4 years, but he'll probably still be on the plane as long as he's playing. Obviously, by then, you'll see the next batch of players coming through. Your Sakas, maybe Smith Rose. You know, there's a lot of youngsters coming through, maybe Grealish, and all of them will still be in the team. But yeah, man, I mean, I think, to be fair, I didn't ever see, when I did my predictions before the tournament started, I had an Argentina and France final. So I saw that France would pretty much beat England in their game when it came to it. But on the day, England could have won that game and should have won it for me. I think they were the better team. But at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances at this level, you know.
Let's give you your shine, fam. You get me? I seen that on your Instagram, your prediction sheet, and you know what, bro? You called it. I hope you put some money on that. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't bet on it. I didn't want to jinx it, but yeah, I pretty much got it majority right, and I just was just going off not emotions, just like who do I think is going to win in these games, and unfortunately, England, in these moments when it counts. Your Frances, your Argentinas, your Brazils, they seem to just be a bit better. I know Brazil didn't do what they needed to do, but I did have Argentina to beat Brazil, but Brazil didn't even get there anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. I predicted Argentina to win it. and they did. And Messi deserves his flowers, man. It's about time that he got that respect on the big stage.
He carried them, man. He carried them.
Yeah.
Mm.
And even
you,
in the
you know what
game,
you know what you made a great point about Messi, because bro, when I look at that Argentina team, I don't think it's that great. I really don't think it's that great. Lautaro Martinez is a bum.
Yeah,
you look at Acuna.
He's all right. Nah, he's not a bum. That's a bit harsh. He's not.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm not
shit.
Saying I'm not.
That's
saying
what I think of him. Shit. I just had to do it. I can't read that comment and not give the response. I am sorry for cutting you.
I'm glad you said.
And don't worry. By the time I'm finished with Patrick on this show, he's going to be on the bright side. He's going to be wearing the red jersey, not white.
No. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. He's finished now.
Do that.
I said earlier.
He's going to be the next Sol Campbell.
I see earlier today, Patrick was like, "Oh, the 5 best players he's ever seen," and man put Harry Kane in there. I'm like,
100%,
what are you smoking?
100%.
You know what? Hey, listen, this guy is finished. I don't want him to put in Arsenal.
Listen, people. I put a tweet out saying the best 5 players I've seen in the flesh, as in like who you've seen, not on TV, because obviously there's so many players, but in the flesh, in a stadium, having
put Harry Kane. You put Harry Kane.
100%. Do you know how good? Like, yes,
Harry Kane credit. He's a top.
Exactly. Harry Kane is a sensational player.
All time.
That I've seen in the flesh. Yeah.
Oh right. 100%.
Okay. Yeah,
considering that you've only been to the Tottenham Stadium, fam, you know what I'm saying, man. So I let you off. You get me, bro. But listen, you've both touched on it, yeah. I'm gonna pull up a little picture here now, yeah, of Ronaldo and Messi stats, yeah. You've both touched on it. This was it. This World Cup, you get me. It was gonna prove who was the GOAT. Obviously, some people were swayed to Ronaldo, some people were swayed to Messi. And you got to best believe, yeah, Ronaldo would have been at home praying every single minute of that game that Messi didn't touch that trophy. And that little kiss on the trophy, I guarantee you that was for Ronaldo. You get me? That little one kiss that he done, that was for Ronaldo. But come on, boys. Lee, let's go to you first, yeah. That's him definitely cemented the GOAT position, you get me? Because you can't take anything away from Messi. He single-handedly fucking won him the World Cup, man.
Yeah. And I think I was saying before, that's my point. I think my second point is, look, I
think you're breaking up a little.
Lee, you're breaking up. I thought it's just me, but you're breaking up a bit, Lee.
Say that again, my brother. See if you can fix that aerial next to your computer and see what I go on.
Is it good or not? Is it good now?
No, we're good.
Yeah. For me, look, I think Messi, he's goated, man. Like the guy carried his country through. The team wasn't that great, in my opinion. And I think most importantly, we have to remember Ronaldo and Messi are both great players, all-time players. But for me, I've always had Messi above Ronaldo, always had him above him. And I just think my thing with Messi is I just think that he can do things with the ball that Ronaldo can't. Yes, Ronaldo is a physical specimen and he can jump high and he can head amazingly. The technique and the power he gets on those headers are great. But now for me, Messi's always been that guy, man. And it was nice for him to just cement that, you know, like for Rick fully to kind of like show, look, I've completed football. He can retire now. He's football. It's done. He's got all the cheat codes. He's got everything. Back in the day when we used to play GTA and we used to get all the cheat codes and we used to start flying the planes and that, like man don't remember about Vice City and that flying the planes.
Yeah, Vice City, San Andreas, all of that mad thing. You know what I mean? You know what though?
So, that's
Go on. I don't know if you're frozen there or
it looks like he's frozen again.
But let's move to you, Patrick. Yeah, look, obviously, I feel like Ronaldo dampened his legacy a little bit with what happened with the Piers Morgan situation. I think people started to look at him in a different light. Obviously, and rightly so. You get me. My man had a bit of a bitch fit. United have give him the chop. Let me remove Lee from here. I don't want to do him bad. You get me, and have that frozen face on the screen like that. You know what I mean? I can't do it to him. But look, man, all round for me, I feel like Messi. He's played in the number 10 position. He's played on both wings. He's played up front. And you know what? All round as a player, there's a lot more to his game than Cristiano Ronaldo. You get me? And right now, he's picked up that gold trophy. I bet he's buzzing inside. What's your thoughts, man?
You know what? It's a bit of a hard one for me because I've always been a Ronaldo. Obviously I appreciate Messi and I love watching him play and I really like Messi as a person, as a man, you know. But Ronaldo for me has always been my GOAT. But now, yeah, it's kind of clear. There's no. If you're looking at it now, and obviously, you know, recency bias is strong. But this moment, Ronaldo's struggling to even get in the Portuguese team. He was struggling to get in the United team. There seems to be a lot of a dark cloud hanging over him every time he plays. Is he going to get the better of the team? Is the team going to? Is the team more focused on him, or is it a team game? Whenever Ronaldo's playing, you just don't know. Like Portugal, if we're being honest, looked better when Ronaldo wasn't in the team, and it's the same with United. So you kind of seeing the decline in the wane of Ronaldo, where Messi, yes, he's not the same guy, but he's still levels above everyone else, and he can still be that shining light in the Argentina team. And Lee said that the team's crap, but I think that's a bit harsh. Sometimes you don't need 10 or 15 all-stars, almost like the Brazilian team had, because it's too much. Where with Argentina, they quietly have a really good team. If you look at the depth, like they even had guys like
don't say Romero, fam.
No, Romero. We're not getting against Romero, but they even had guys like Dybala, who's a quality guy, and obviously he just got injured kind of before the tournament started, and he took a decisive penalty, but he hardly played. But you can see the depth. They had a lot of quality and depth. And Argentina, a good team. You may not say they're the strongest team on paper, but it's not always about just individual players. It's about how the team works as a unit. And you can see their manager. He kind of got, he tweaked the team a bit after their first loss, and he got the balance right. He kind of knew what players he could lean on. And yeah, Messi was just Messi. He carried that team. And the thing is, there was always that question mark about Messi at the international level. He struggled at the Coppers. He struggled. I say struggled. It's a bit harsh, but for a player of his ability, he couldn't get them across the line. But you saw at the Coppers recently, he did that, and now the World Cup, he's done it. So he can sign out, on the highest stage. But I think he said he's going to continue on. But credit to him. And going back, I think Sammy asked who my 5, because basically,
I was gonna literally pull that up in a moment and ask you.
Because the tweet said, I said, who are the best 5 players you have seen or had the pleasure to watch live? And I said, in no particular order, mine are CR7, Messi, Lewandowski, Kevin De Bruyne, and Harry Kane. So this is who you've had the pleasure to watch live in the flesh. So I think my 5 are justified, and I think people are going to slander Harry Kane, but the guy's phenomenal, man. And me watching him week in and week out, I know how good he is. So, yeah, that's my 5. Obviously, you guys can chip in with your own. Jump on my tweet and add yours. It's quite interesting. So many people have got their own variations of it. But, yeah, it's all good.
Well, that's why football is the most beautiful game, because it's all about opinions. You get me? Everyone's got different opinions, and that's what make it is. But before we move on from the World Cup, finally, I just want to say congratulations to Argentina. Like you said, the manager made the right kind of decisions. The chemistry to the team, was all good. Bringing Di Maria in, bro, that was massive. You get me? The guy came in and he played unbelievable. You get me? He had man on toast. So congratulations to them. But it is time, people. The Premier League has returned. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie, man's been getting absolutely depressed without the Premier League, because this Winter World Cup, it just hasn't done it for me. You get me? I'm not going to lie. I've been watching England games more than anything. But the Premier League is back, people. And let's jump straight into it with Spurs. You get me? So Brentford versus Spurs. It is what it is. It's going to be a tough test.
Yeah,
Fourth in the league, fam. 4th in the league. Do you reckon Romero's going to come back with a bit of fire in his belly after winning that World Cup, fam?
You know what? A lot of Spurs fans were kind of pissed at Romero because we felt he was putting, obviously, club above country, which it makes sense, of course. But now that the World Cup's done, obviously they won it. We don't want to see no more of these like little niggles and he's missing a week or 2. You got to play now, man. Play through that. He obviously played throughout the whole of the World Cup for Argentina. So he looks good. He looks fit. He looks match sharp. And I want to see him give his all for Spurs again, like he used to before the whole World Cup, scenario was looming. But yeah, Brentford away, I think it is Monday the 26th. That's going to be a tough test. Brentford are a good team, but a team of our caliber, and if we're fighting for top 4 or even higher, we need to beat them. So no excuses. Come back strong. We should have, apart from Richarlison, we've got a full team. So yeah, man, it's time to get back on it.
You know what, Richarlison, man, he played well in that World Cup. I can't lie. Got to give him that credit. Unfortunately for yous, man, it doesn't look like he's the same Richarlison for Spurs that he is for Brazil. there's a lot of man in here sticking it on Harry Kane. You know what I'm saying, bro? I think that penalty miss got a few man rattled. But do you think he's going to have to come back with a point to prove, Lee? Do you reckon he's going to have to come back and prove a point now? Because he let his nation down, man. Oh,
yeah, it's a tough one. He could either come back out, or he could come back and he could be in a really, really good place, ready to fight for all the games. But you know, for me, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, I think he's going to come back and do what he was doing before. He's got what, 8 or 9 goals so far in the Prem. You can't take that away from him, man. Everyone said, and it's very true. He's got 12, yeah. And if Haaland wasn't in the Premier League, he would look like the madman that he is, scoring all these goals. So you got to give it to him, man. Look. My thing with Harry Kane is he hasn't actually played well in the Premier League. Those 14 games in the Premier League, he hadn't actually played well in all those games, and he was getting a few goals here and there. Were they the most pivotal goal? No, but listen, again, a goal is a goal, and listen, we can't say that Jesus got 5 goals and 5 assists, and he hasn't scored all these goals. But Harry Kane scored. He's got the goal in the back. He got the ball in the back of the net. You can't take that away from him, you know. So it's a tough one, man. But I am thinking that Spurs may crumble a little bit because, man, I just don't rate them, man. I don't rate them.
That's
and I don't
you
rate
as
them,
your,
bro.
as an Arsenal
but you know, man,
as an Arsenal
my
fan,
thing is,
you
yeah.
don't rate us.
You know what? My thing is, I'm consistent with it, though. I'm consistent. I will say, like, I don't rate Conte. I don't rate your players. I don't rate.
How do you not rate Conte?
Teams, so I'm not going to now fake it. Like, I can't do it, bro. I can't fake it.
I like it. I like the consistency, and you are true to your word. You've been saying this before the season started. Last year, me and you've been having a lot of chats and run-ins. But yeah, we're 4th. We will get better. To say you don't rate Conte, I think that is a bit wild because Conte is a proven world-class manager. And this team is still a team that did finish 4th last year, and we're still 4th right now. So let's be honest, we haven't been great, but we're still right in the mix. So for me, I think we're only going to get better. But it's an interesting one because there's still a lot to play for, and I'm excited to see what happens.
You've got Kulusevski back now, fully fit, you know what I mean?
Massive.
Conte's had some time to work on Emerson Royale and them kind of man, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that guy's
Jed
done.
Spence. Hopefully he's starting for you, man. I'm telling you, bro.
The thing is, I watched the friendly, and yes, it was against Aberdeen or whatever it was, but Spence looked just as good as all the other big players that were playing, and I just don't understand how he can't get a run in over Doherty and Emerson. I just don't get it. But hopefully, there's a lot of links between Emerson and Inter Milan. They allegedly wanted him before we got him, and they're still after him. So please take him and let us get a better right back in, man, because that guy, he's done. He's done.
Is there anything that you know maybe about his attitude, why Conte is not being playing? Because it's very surprising. He was very sought after. A lot of teams wanted him. He come in. He had got a sniff in the first team, really, with Tottenham. And now he's dropped to 4th. You need to kind of regain some ground if you want to.
You know what, Prems? I think it is a thing where, Conte is quite stubborn. And if I'm being honest, I honestly don't believe he was a Conte signing. I think it's more of a board. Like, this guy's young, he's talented, he's English. He's going to come in. His resale value could be massive if he plays well. And I don't think Conte wanted him. Conte wanted probably a more ready-molded player. And it's just almost like he's not my pick. I don't want him. And he's just been quite stubborn. But I think Jed Spencer's pushed and pushed and pushed. And now with Emerson being as shit as he is, and Doherty's been okay, but he's not great either. I think it's almost like he's knocking on the door and he has to play. But personally, I don't think he was a Conte signing. And that's why Conte struggled to put him into the mix. That's what I honestly believe anyway.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see how the players return back from the World Cup and see how they fare. You know what I mean? Because that's something that people haven't really took into too much consideration, because it's going to be taking a lot out of him, especially the heat, the ups and downs, the emotional roller coaster. And it's going to be a bit of a mad thing
as well. Look, we don't know. Lloris might be upset. He might be disheartened. I don't think he will be. But you know what? All I'm saying is you just never know. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to, like,
it takes a lot. No, you're right, Lee. It takes a lot out of you, man. And to lose in that magnitude and that manner in penalties, and Lloris got a hand to a few, but didn't really do as well as he could have. And obviously that is a big talking point. And then obviously, like you said, Harry Kane missing in the way that he did. These guys can either come back firing and ready to go, or they could come back jaded and just looking a bit lost and a bit feeling sorry for themselves. So we have to see. We hope it's the latter, but you just don't know.
Do you know what? I think the key thing with Tottenham is not so much of Harry Kane, it's more the players around him, because what Harry Kane does offer to the team he doesn't just only offer goals, you get me? He offers creative play, drops deep, you get me? And he integrates well with the rest of the team. It's just if he could put a Kulizeski through, if he could put a Son through, can they finish the ball off? Can they do what they need to do? So with Harry Kane's situation, I think it's not going to be that hard for him being the main man at Spurs. He'll get all the backing from man, and you know, the English media and that, bro. You haven't really seen much slander like you've seen for Saka. When Saka missed that penalty, you get me? It's all a mad thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it won't be that too bad for him. But let's move on from Tottenham now, yeah. Former Arsenal player, Emi Martinez, won the World Cup. You get me? Personally, I don't really like him anymore after he tried to come back to the Emirates, start chatting shit. You get me? I was giving it him. I'm not going to lie, you know what I'm saying? But you got to give him credit. You got to say you got to say it as it is. And he left Arsenal, you know, won an FA Cup. He was a reserve keeper for a long time. He's only kind of shining towards the back end of his age and his career. And he's won the World Cup now. I don't know whether he'll be back in time for the Liverpool game. So it's Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Liverpool currently sitting 6th at the moment in the table. Lee, do you reckon these man can push on now? Do you reckon they're going to still be inconsistent? Or do you think that now, the second part of the season, you're going to start seeing a bit more of a consistent Liverpool?
Yeah. Do you know what? Can I just say something on the Emi Martinez thing, just really quickly? Bro, everyone needs to stop with this revisionist history. People need to remember, we wanted him to stay and be part of the team and fight for that first place goalkeeping position. And he wanted to leave. He didn't want to back himself because he was thinking, oh, Leno's coming back now and he's not going to get that position. So people need to stop saying, oh, this whole thing about we sold him and we're stupid because we only got 7 million or whatever it was from Aston Villa. That's not true. He wanted to leave. We wanted to keep him. That's not true. So people need to stop this revisionist history. And at the time, no matter what anyone wants to say, Leno was number one. And in truth, bro, I'm happy with Ramsdale. People need to relax with this whole revisionist history thing. But anyway, listen.
I agree with you, bro. Ramsdale, for me, overall, better goalkeeper. He's younger. He's got 100%. A much higher ceiling. He's better with his feet. You get me? He's a good shot stopper. There's a lot more to Ramsdale's game than there is to Emi's. Obviously, Emi's good at saving penalties. He's a big lad. But we're seeing what's happening in the Premier League right now. I'm sure Ramsdale's kept the most clean sheets. So it is what it is. But go on, Lee. Finish off what you say, my brother.
Listen, man, I do think with Liverpool, they have got the minerals to come back and really push for that top 4. I think as well, if you look at it, Chelsea are looking real shaky, and I don't think they're going to be able to maintain a real push for that top 4 at this current moment in time. Liverpool they got the minerals, man. They got some real top players, and they've got top players coming back. I know Diaz is going to be out for 3 months, but other than that, they're going to have all their players back, and I think they're going to really push hard. I don't think they're going to get in a top 2 or for the title, because I think Man City are far and obvious they're going to be the best team probably in the league, I think, eventually. But listen, man, for me, I think we're going to be solid second. I think we'll be good second and kind of push on for the season. But yeah, Liverpool, man, they got the team. And listen, Mo Salah, you're earning £350,000 a week. I'm not doing no agendas no more with you, my brother. But listen, pull your team up, man. That's all I want you to do, is pull your team up.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you now, personally, I don't think they're going to be as consistent unless when January comes, they could go into the market and sign a few man in midfield, because personally, they're very aging. You know, I think the knock of the early parts of the season still going to be on their mind. They haven't got that formidable mindset now to think, you know what, we're unstoppable. No one can beat us. Obviously, we're going to have to see. They've done well to drag themselves up to 6th position.
On that point you said, right, everyone kept saying, Van Dijk, he's not playing well because he's saving himself for the World Cup. So now he needs to show that, yes, he's back to the Liverpool of the old, and he's not using no excuses. Basically, no player has any excuse because there's no tournaments in the summer. That's what everyone was saying. Everyone was saying, oh, why certain people aren't playing well and why Arsenal top is because we're fighting, pushing, and some of our players are trying to get into that World Cup squad. So now, no other team has any more excuses. Liverpool don't have excuses. Chelsea, nobody, because no one's got anything to fight for. You've only got to fight for the Champions League and the Cups or whatever it is. So I don't want to hear any excuses from any Liverpool or any other team. And it's not a dig at Liverpool. I'm saying to the whole league.
No, I agree with you, man. But Patrick, look, we all know Jurgen Klopp's a top class manager, innit?
Yeah.
I think if he goes into the market in January, gets backed, obviously we know Liverpool are up for sale, so we don't know how much he is going to get backed until that actually goes through or a deal gets found. But he has got the capabilities of kind of clawing his way back into that top four, maybe pushing on for the title. Personally, I think it's a little bit too early, but he has got the capabilities of doing it. What's your thoughts on Liverpool, bro?
I still think they finished top four. To be fair, I think my top four, from what I stated before ball was kicked, and I kind of cemented it after the transfer window was closed. And that was City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. I still think that will be the top four when it's all said and done. I think Newcastle will fall away. They've had a good run, but I can't see them maintaining that. People will find them out as well. You're starting to see with Newcastle the time wasting. They've scored. They've had a few good games. Don't get me wrong, but you see their tactics against the bigger teams, and they're going to come unstuck. Where I think Liverpool will push on a gear or two and kind of claw their way back into it, because they're not that far off, and they've played a game less than a few of the other teams as well. And like you said, Jurgen Klopp knows how to get the best out of his players, and yeah, you'll see Liverpool get better. I have no doubt about that. I don't know, man, but it's a tough one because they have been very inconsistent, and we just had to see how it goes and what it's like. Diaz being out for 3 months after literally coming back is a big blow. So yeah, so it is a sticky one. But I do think that they, like Lee's saying, they got the minerals. They're tried and tested. They've done it many a time before. So you'd be a bit foolish to write them off when there's still so much football left to be played.
Definitely, it's going to be a tough test against Aston Villa, though. They're no pushovers, you know what I mean? Villa, they obviously, since the new managers come in, Unai Emery, they found some form, and you know what? Maybe with Emery as well, he's one of the managers that can go on a run of quite a few games unbeaten and getting victories. As we've seen with Arsenal, he went on a 22-game unbeaten run, and then it all kind of started to fall to shit. But then again, he didn't get backed in the right way as well. So it is going to be interesting. I think Liverpool, for me, I can still see frailty in the squad, and the midfield is just not there, bro. For me, it's just not there. I think there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be coming up against Liverpool, and they'll just win the game in the middle of the park, and that's the most important place to win a game, is from the middle. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's not being backed by the fans as much as he once was. So it is going to be a bit of a sticky one, but like you said, Patrick, you know what I mean? They got the know-how, and we're just going to have to wait and see. But now it's the mighty Gunners we're going to talk about.
Go on. Before we go to anything, I'm saying the Liverpool one, I think the game changer for them is Konate, bro. Well, I've got to give it to him, bro. He's something special, bro. Konate is special, bro. And him being back, I think it helps him a lot, man. I think it helps him a lot.
Nah, I agree with that, man. He's a good centre back in it, but it is what it is, isn't it? I think it's just, it takes a lot more than just being a good centre back, because if you don't have that protection in front of you, you're pretty much fucked regardless. You know what I'm saying? And with Liverpool at the moment, that, like I said, Jordan Henderson, these kind of man, bro, they're washed up now. You get me? They've them 4 years fighting with City, going toe to toe. It looks like it's just sucked the life out of him, and on the course to win 4 trophies and winning the 2 lesser ones, bro. I think for the mentality, it's just not helped him. You get me? So it's one of them, and it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to definitely be interesting to see. But now, bro, is the time for the mighty Gunners. You get me, bro? Top of the tree, Patrick. Top of the tree. You know what I'm saying, fam? And you know what? It's going to be a tough test. You get me? No Gabriel Jesus. All you fuckers have been praying for Gabriel Jesus to fucking get injured. There is a bit of an update. I believe that he should be back around February, mid-February time.
Okay.
So that's a bit of positive news. However, for me, I'm not going to lie, yeah, I want to keep the belief. I want to keep all the positivity going around the club, which I am still going to do. But I can't help but worry to think, can Eddie Nketiah really be that guy to fucking keep us winning, keep getting us the goals, keep finding them positions? Because we've seen against Juventus in the friendly, open goal, and that man's hitting the post. You get me? That don't fill man with no confidence.
I didn't know about that.
Bro, it's all a mad thing. You get me? But Lee, West Ham, yeah, they've had a shit start to the season. You get me? Coming off a back of a really good season, yeah. They're going to have to try to put things right. It's going to be a very tough test. Boxing Day, Christmas is just gone. You get me? Man, are full up with turkey and all of that. You get me? He's going to have the miles in their tank. Do you reckon Arsenal with Eddie Nketiah, without Jesus, do you reckon we'll still have enough to go on and do the job?
Listen, I think West Ham actually are missing Scamacca and they're going to be missing Antonio. So that's actually big news, man. That's big news for Arsenal. And look, at the end of the day, our defense is impeccable. Like, it's a madness. Saliba coming in or doing his thing. Tomiyasu's going to be back. Zinchenko should be back. Listen, I think we really have a great team. And we should be able to do the job. I'm more interested to see how our attack's going to change a little bit. Now, my thing is, listen, I like Eddie a lot. Like, I mean, big ups. Is that ANM11? I'm not saying that you were slandering him because you wasn't. You're just worried, which every Arsenal fan should be, because listen, that gave Jesus he's such an impactful player for us. But I think the only difference is going to be is that Eddie's going to have to really take his chance, or he's going to need 2 or 3 chances to score a goal, whereas some of maybe Jesus will take maybe that one shot to kind of get in that same position. You'll trust him more, basically, and I think that's going to be the main difference. But overall, look, I think Nketiah, once he gets running, once he gets into the flow of it, he'll be good, man. He scored 5 goals in 7 games last season at the end of the season, and I'm not going to say that he's not good enough for Arsenal, because I think he is. I just think that we need. He's not a starting player. Let's just say that he's not a starting player. But listen, man, I know everyone's going to be down on my boy Eddie, but listen, he's got the number 14 shirt, bro. We've got to back it. We've got to back the beef, bro.
Nah, bro, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to say it as it is, bro, because like I said, bro, I love my fucking club, you get me? And I only want the best for my club, because we've been having mediocre players, yeah, for the last fucking 18 years, yeah, and it hasn't pulled off. So when I'm telling you now, Eddie Nketiah is not good enough to be starting for Arsenal Football Club, bro, that is straight up fucking facts. Because if I said to you now, yeah, we'll go and sign Eddie for 50 million, everybody would say, get the fuck out of here. You get me? This is the kind of thing that we need. I understand we need to back him. You get me? I want to back him as well, and I am going to back him. You get me? But when shit hit the fan last season and we was playing against Newcastle and we needed that win, did you see Eddie come up with a goal, bro? Because I didn't.
But look, you know what? Can I just
say, what I mean?
On that point, look, my thing with Eddie is he never.
Because I think Balogun's going to be a much better player than him personally, in my opinion.
That could be true, but all I'm saying is I just don't think that he ever gets that full run to play with the first team. He always has to play with either an A team / B team or the B team. When he plays and he gets those opportunities and he gets those chances, bro, he's gonna be playing with Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, balls in from Martinelli, balls in from the right side from Saka, those over the ball chips from Partey. Bro, he's been playing with Lokonga and Marquinhos and all these, man. Bro, it's a different flow, man. And as I said, for me, once he gets his run of games, once he gets his run in the team, look at Richarlison, bro. Man's came for 60 million and he scored no goals in the Premier League. So what do we want? We can't have it all our own way.
Do you know what we wanted, bro? Do you know what we wanted? We needed a striker in last January, bro. The January that's just gone, yeah. Arsenal Football Club fucked up, and we needed a striker, G, because of that situation, fam. Yeah, we didn't get top 4. Best believe now, yeah. All we needed was 1-2 goals in order to cement that top 4 to win a game or 2.
I'm hearing you. In 10 games, Richarlison scored no goals in the Prem. He scored 2 goals in the Champions League in the same game. Yeah. So has he been effective in other games? No. So we have to sometimes look at what we've got and try and make it work for us. And that's going to show the greatness of the manager that Arteta is. If he can still navigate around, we're not going to win all the games, of course not, because Jesus is so good, and the difference in quality is there to see. I'm agreeing with you. Listen, I'm agreeing with you. But what I am saying is, I do think that Eddie Nketiah is serviceable. That's what I'm saying to you. I think he can do a job for Arsenal in the meantime. And yeah, if we got someone else in, like I'm hearing the links with João Felix and all these, and Cunha from Atletico Madrid. Listen, let's bring him in. But I'm not saying that he's not good enough. I want to see him play with the first team and get the opportunities. Give him a chance, bro. Give the guy a chance, man. He can score goals, man. He can.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, friends, just want to touch with the Richarlison thing. I think you're kind of doing a disservice.
My name Richarlison, I thought, no, let me just step in for a minute.
Richarlison's not. When Richarlison plays for Brazil, he plays as the out-and-out striker, the number 9. Obviously, he's not going to do that.
Wait, I'm not calling Richarlison.
I know you're not. Because what you're saying is true. Because at the end of the day, sometimes fans are not realistic. I agree with what you're saying, because what do you want out of a guy? Because even Richarlison, Tottenham fans have been getting onto him, but Richarlison hasn't been playing in his desired or preferred position. But when he does come on, he has changed games. Like against Chelsea, we were getting ran ragged. He come on, stretched Chelsea and allowed us to get back into that game. Champions League game, he scored 2 goals, but helped us win that game, got man of the match, etc. So there's moments. So I hear what you're saying. And to be fair, when I watched Nketiah last year, I was laughing when you guys, when he was your number 9 and your main player. But he played well. Chelsea away, I thought he had no chance, and he literally dragged you through that game. And I think he won 4-2. And he was amazing in that game. And I've seen him have good games. Yeah, Newcastle away, no one played good in that game, so you can't really just put it down on him. But it's going to be interesting. I'm watching.
Listen, when you got star quality, bro, yeah, when shit's not going for you, bro, you look for them kind of man to get you out of a pickle. You get me? And this is what I'm trying to say. As Arsenal Football Club, bro, we need them kind of players, yeah. That if look at Messi, for example, yeah, Argentina in large parts of that campaign, the World Cup, they weren't playing the best. You get me? But that guy picked up the ball and made shit happen. You get me? When all of our top class players are not performing, we need a striker to pick up the ball, beat players, be more effective. Like what I'm saying, I'm not trying to be too harsh on Eddie Nketiah, but if I said to you now, do you want to take Eddie Nketiah as your backup to Harry Kane and let him start now with Harry Kane? Are you confident in that, Patrick?
No, I'm not. Because, like, to be fair, what you said about picking up the ball, that's Jesus. Jesus can drop a shoulder, dribble, beat a man. He's not the greatest finisher, but he's a very good striker who brings a lot more than just goals. So, Nketiah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn because, all banter aside, I could get onto him, but I need to see more of him. Because when I have watched him play, he's been all right. I can't lie. But I haven't seen enough.
Can I just say one thing as well, Patrick? I know I'm interrupting you. I apologize for that. Yeah. But you see what you just said about Richarlison? When he comes on, he's playing on the left. He's playing on the right. Oh, Nketiah never plays in his position because Jesus is always there. He's always on the left-hand side. He's always on the right-hand side. So for me, look.
No, but there's been times this season, fam, that Jesus has come off and Eddie's come on up top, bro, because man goes to the games and but what I'm saying is he still does though, innit? He still does, innit, though. It's not like he does it all the time. But he still bro, let me tell you something, yeah? It's fans fucking like you. Why have you been in the shit for 18 years, fam? Don't get me started, fam, yeah? Because let me ask you something, Lee. Yeah? Let me ask you something, yeah? Would you listen, yeah? Listen. All right, how about this? Yeah? Let me ask you a question, yeah? So, all right, would you keep Eddie and not sign a striker in January then? Because you got all this confidence in him.
Honestly, no. But that's not what I'm saying.
Shut the fuck up then, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Giving it just in case you bump into man at the game and that, fam. You get me? Don't be. Say it as it is.
Hold on, let's get a neutral. Yeah. All right, cool. Patrick, right? Bro, hear what he's saying, yeah? Prem's asking Eddie Nketiah to come on every single game for the last 5-10 minutes and produce wonders. Bro,
no, I'm not asking that. All I said to you, fam, is you said that he never comes on and plays in his position. And what I said to you is there's times when he's got replaced by Jesus and he comes on in that position.
Remember against Southampton, it was 1-1, yeah? And he brought him on for Martin, and he played on the left-hand side. Bro,
he does most of the time. He does do that. But even still, if you got that real killer quality about yourself, bro, you're forgetting man like Thierry Henry came in off the left-hand side.
Oh, my
God. I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it. We need a proper striker, bro. If we're in this position at the top of the league, bro, and we want to be serious about going for the title, Eddie Nketiah is not that guy, G.
He's not that guy there. No, go on, Lee.
So what you're saying is you want him to come on and be as impactful as Thierry Henry. You're comparing him to a legend of the game.
What you're saying is, bro. Now look, don't try to twist shit up. What you're saying is a man that's coming on. You're saying a man that's coming on that's not playing in his position. Oh, it doesn't matter if he ain't getting the best out of him. Fuck all of that, bro. I've seen players that are strikers and that. What is it meaning then? What is that meaning? Okay, he's coming on for Martinelli. He's not getting his favoured position and all that. But I don't give a shit, bro. You're getting minutes on the pitch, innit? If you're in that front three, yeah, regardless of what, I'm expecting to see something in it. That's what I'm expected to see. And for me personally, like I said, bro, I don't hate Eddie Nketiah. I actually like the kid, yeah. And I think that, you know what? He can do certain things for us. But when we're in this position now, Lee, yeah, and we've got no Jesus until February, yeah, and we're in a title race, because that's what we're in, bro. We're in a title race. I'm asking you, bro, straight up, yeah. Do you not want to sign a striker in January and you're confident in Eddie? You said no. You get me? So that's all I'm saying, bro. He's not that guy to win us a title.
Can I ask you a question? What will make you happy in terms of the amount of goals that he scores between now and the day? So let's say it's February the 25th or whatever you said, right? I think you said 25th. So let's say that was 12 games. How many goals does he need to get in those 12 games? Because I said he scored 5 goals in 7 games. You weren't happy with that. So I don't know. What is it you want?
Nah, bro, what I want to see, is man not fucking missing open nets, like he did against Juventus. Nah, but Jesus gives us a lot more than just goals, bro. And if you clearly watch Arsenal Football Club, you'll see it with your own eyes, fam. Because let me tell you now, Eddie Nketiah does not offer what Jesus offers. And if you think he does, bro, then fuck me sideways.
Nah, Ramsey, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you, though. I'm not saying this, though. I'm not saying any of this. I'm talking because we know they're different kinds of players, right? So, okay.
Now, they're very similar, though, bro. They're very similar, bro. Like, all right, let me ask you something then. Why is it 90% of Arsenal fans... Why is it 90% of Arsenal fans, say we need a different option up front? Because Jesus and Eddie Nketiah, barring what Jesus does in the senses of dropping back and helping out to the team, they're very similar. They're very similar in style of forward, bro. You get me, bro? And that's, if you know your football, G. I'm telling you now.
Pressing forwards, they're both pressing forwards, but I'm going to definitely say Nketiah's more of a penalty box in that fox in the box. He reminds me more of an Eduardo. Do you remember we had Eduardo a few years back? Jesus is not really the same. He's more of a Firmino player. For me, Firmino isn't that kind of, well, he is a pressing forward as well, but he's more of a creative kind of forward. So he can do the number 10. He can do the number 9. Listen, for me, I hear what you're saying. I fully hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. But what I'm asking you is, what is it that you require from him in terms of goals? Because
I'll tell you, it's not just goals that it's not just goals that I require from him, bro. Yeah, if he's not scoring,
that kind of player,
but this is what we need him to do, though, fam. Because you know what,
But when Son was replacing, okay, no, Patrick, you can tell me because you're a Spurs fan. You watched the game. When Son was replacing Harry Kane when he was injured, what was it? 2 seasons ago. They're not the same kind of player, innit? So you're asking for one player to do one thing. You wouldn't ask Son to be the creator and be the goal scorer because he doesn't do that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't put the same.
I'm not saying, bro. I'm not saying I don't want him to be a creator. Look, what man says here, I want to see Eddie score crucial goals, but I want to see more from him, bro. I don't just want to see a man fucking goal hanging in fucking the box, bro. I'm thinking, all right, that's all I want from my man, and I'm happy about that. I'm not happy about that being a fan. Like I said, man's been suffering for 18 fucking years, bro. I want to see, our striker, I want to see our striker. If he isn't getting the goals, I want to see him, even if it's not his game. Make it your fucking game, bro. Yeah, because we're in a position where we can't allow points to drop now, bro. The moment we start losing 1 or 2 games, but bro, I'm telling you now, Patrick, mark my words, I know Arsenal fan base, the moment we're sitting 4th in the table, bro, you tell me what man are going to start saying about Eddie Nketiah.
It's going to crumble. I think, to be fair, I get both of your points. I think what Femzi's saying is now shit's real. He needs
Don't worry, people. This is not me heating. This is all love in it. You get me? Just I'm a passionate guy. I'm letting the chat know. Femzi just wants to see Eddie provide goals that will help you guys win games. Essentially, that it doesn't matter about what the numbers are. It's just he needs him to score big goals and big moments, basically. And that's it, really. Because last year, it's like, sorry to cut you, Patrick, but it's like, you know what? I give Eddie massive credit last season. You get me? I give him massive credit. He came against Chelsea. He was the star man. You get me? He done the job. I give him loads of credit. But all I'm saying is Eddie Nketiah going to give me, as an Arsenal fan, the confidence? Say if Jesus doesn't come back in February, say he gets another little niggle, and he puts him out for another 2 months. We don't go and sign someone in January, fam. Is he going to give me the confidence to go out to the rest of the season and make us challenge? No, bro. And there's no Arsenal fan here, that can tell me, you know what, I believe that he can make us challenge.
My point is why I said, when you asked me the question about is Eddie enough, I'm saying he's not, because who's the backup to Eddie? If Eddie's the backup and now he's first team, who's the backup to him?
That's put Martinelli in that position, innit?
For me, ultimately, look, I think Eddie can do a job for us. And all I'm saying to you is you can't put the same expectations on players that do different things. That was all I was saying. This is the same way how Gerrard was a goal-scoring attacking midfielder, but you wouldn't ask someone like Odegaard to be the same thing and do the box to box and all that because they're different players. You can't leverage the same thing. So when Fabio Vieira comes in for Odegaard, you're not expecting them to do exactly the same thing because they're not the same player. But look, I'm hearing your point.
I do hear what you're saying, Lee, but the difference, what you're talking about, is Gerrard wasn't an attacking midfielder. Yeah,
No, he wasn't.
Jesus and Eddie are both strikers, bro. So if one striker, yeah, because football's all about systems, as you know yourself, bro. We have been playing to a system. Every man has got a job to do, yeah. And if Jesus's job is to track back, Jesus's job is to do this, and he's our main man, and Eddie wants to come in and prove himself to the fans and the club, he has to fill them roles. I'm not saying grab the ball and rip 100 man and fucking do this and do that. Just do the role that our system is suited to. And what I'm telling you right now, bro, when I've seen Eddie Nketiah play, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on him because he has put in some good performances, but does he give me that confidence to think that he's going to go on and get them vital goals in them vital moments? And if he doesn't do that, does it give me the confidence to say he's going to do all the added stuff what other strikers do? No, because when you see Eddie Nketiah play football, bro, like you said, bro, my man's more or less in the box or in and around the box. You get me? When that shit's not working out and we're not breaking people down, can he drop a little bit deeper and do a little 1-2 and create himself that space? I can't personally see that. When he comes in off the left-hand side, I give him credit because he's not a left winger. And he is decent at cutting in on his right foot, having that pop shot or whatnot. But I just believe, bro, if we as fans just lay our heads down on the Eddie thing, we won't go and get a striker in January, bro. Because best believe social media is a very powerful thing, bro. I don't think Arsenal Football Club don't go look around and see what the fans think and this, that, and the other. The moment everyone starts thinking, you know what, I'm all right with Eddie, we ain't gonna go and get a striker, bro. And that's what will fuck us like it did in January, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I'm not hating on it. It looks like I hate this guy, and I don't even hate the guy. You get me? I don't hate Eddie Nketiah, bro. It's just we need the best.
I know what you mean, and I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is sometimes it's a little bit hard because, bro, at the end of the day, my main point was, bro, we're judging him off garbage minutes with the B team, bro. I want to listen. Let's give him a little bit more respect to play with the first teamers and see what he can do. That's all I'm saying. It's the same way how I can come in here and cuss with Charlison, but he's played 10 games. But what's the minutes he played? Where's he been playing on the pitch? He's not a wide forward. He's a number 9. You've seen it for Brazil. Let's just see what he does in that position.
I do hear what you're saying, but let me say another thing just to put it this way. Sorry, Patrick, I will bring you in 2 minutes.
That's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
Say, for example, he's played more or less every single Europa League game. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong in it. Yeah.
The B team, bro. Come on.
No. Wait, listen. Let me finish off what I'm saying in it. He's played every single Europa League game in it. Yeah. He has in it. But has he been a standout player in that B team? For me, he hasn't. He hasn't been a standout player in that B team. And when you've got that certain quality about yourself, bro, you will be the standout player, regardless if you've got shit players around you. Look, let me ask you something. Look at Ivan Toney, They got a bog standard team. Brentford.
Service though, man, and Arsenal. We weren't playing well in games as a team, though. Come on, you can't put it all on him, though, man.
I'm not putting it all on Eddie. What I'm saying is, I just want to see when I can see a quality player, I know he's going to be quality. It doesn't really matter who's around him too tough. You will see certain things from that player to say, you know what, my man's knocking on the door for the first team. You get me? There was not one single Arsenal fan saying, you know what, in the whole time Jesus wasn't scoring a goal, there wasn't one single Arsenal fan saying, you know what, drop Jesus and put Eddie in. There wasn't one. You get me? Because he didn't give all the Arsenal fans that kind of belief to think, you know what, he's been knocking on the door. Since Reece Nelson's been knocking on that door, bro, we've been seeing unbelievable performances since that Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I'm saying? There's Arsenal fans saying, you know what, if Saka's out or Martinelli's out, we won't mind if Reece Nelson comes in. This is all I'm going to say anyway. But Patrick, let's move on from the Eddie Nketiah situation, because man will be here all night. You get me, bro? Because we made a big fucking mistake in January by not signing the striker. But look now, Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Chelsea currently sitting in 8th. Is all gone fucking tits up for Chelsea, man. Do you reckon Graham Potter now has had his time to work with the team behind closed doors, whilst the rest of them are being at the World Cup, put his system into play, and do you reckon Chelsea will come back stronger?
I don't know, to be honest, because even in their friendlies, they're not doing that great. They've had a few injuries as well. Brozier's out for the whole season now. I'm really torn because we know Graham Potter's a good manager, but the vultures are out for him, man, and he hasn't got no more time. I know they said, oh yeah, we're going to give him time and he's got as long as he needs, but we all know that fans and social media is so powerful, as you guys were saying earlier, and if he keeps losing or getting shit results against shit teams, yeah, they're going to be on his neck. So to be fair, I need to see more of Chelsea. They've been so up and down. I don't know what to think of them, if I'm being honest. And I don't know. I think the job's too big for Graham Potter, if I'm being 100% real with you. And I'm a bit annoyed because I really wanted to see him as the next England manager. And I think this Chelsea job is just a step too far for him. I know he had to take it because how can you not? And the thing is, Brighton were at that stage where they could either dip or they could continue, they could continue on their trajectory or they could dip. No one would be surprised if Brighton finished 15th or 18th. But that job was the right time for him, but I don't know if it was the right move for him. So I don't know. Honestly, it's so hard to call because I've seen so much from Chelsea. I've seen good, I've seen bad, I've seen topsy-turvy. We've seen them lose disgustingly to teams they should never lose to. So I honestly don't know, man. I'm torn with them, but I don't think they're coming anywhere near the top 6, if I'm being real.
Lee, do you reckon the World Cup's going to have a different kind of play out now to the Chelsea squad because players like Hakim Ziyech never really got a sniff under Graham Potter? And to be fair, my man's had a good World Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you reckon he's just been making bad decisions of who he's playing and not really understanding the players that he's got in his current crop right about now, my dog?
Do you know what? I think the issue that Graham Potter's going to have, similar to Arteta, is he's got such a solid system that if players don't fit into them, they just don't fit into them. And unfortunately, he can try his best to bring someone like Ziyech back in, but if he doesn't fit into his system, it's going to be very difficult to kind of embed him into that system. Or someone else, like maybe a Pulisic. He had a half decent World Cup, but the issue that you're going to have again is the system going to be made for someone like him because he's been playing in wing back. And listen, look what we saw with Pulisic. He's been thriving very, very well in that left wing role for USA. When he comes back to Chelsea, he's not going to be in there. Sterling, he's been putting in left wing back. It's not working, right wing back. So that's just my issue. But I think the reason why Chelsea are going to falter ultimately is because they got no strikers. Their strikers are so poor. You talk about Eddie, bro. Eddie would fit in. Eddie would do better in Chelsea than some of the players that they've got. Like is it Bolger and even Aubameyang, just looking washed, man. So yeah, like for me, look, I just look at it very simplistically, and I say I think that they're going to struggle. I think. I mean, I know earlier on you was talking about Newcastle. I think Newcastle will finish in the top 4, and I think that Chelsea, they will finish outside quite far actually, maybe 7th or 8th. Yeah.
I agree, bro. I can see Newcastle doing it, bro. I think they've got a very strong, solid squad. You get me a good manager who knows what he's doing. They haven't splashed silly peas and they've created a team with good balance and good consistency, to be fair to him. And players like Miguel Almiron are just fucking stepping up now, yeah? And that just shows you what Eddie Howe's getting out of these.
Callum Wilson didn't play. He's going to be back. Nick Pope. They got a good team, man. Newcastle, I'm shook to go up there, bro. I'm shook.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, after last year, bro, I don't even want to go up there again, bro. I'm telling you now, bro. They put you out there in the fucking sky, yeah? You can't even hear yourself. Bro, you can't even hear yourself think. Never mind, sing. I'm telling you, bro. It's
I've been there once. The walk all the way to the top is long.
Bro, all I'm telling you now, yeah, do you know when you go gym and you do them squats and you need them knee pads, bro? You need them to walk up them stairs. You get me, fam? Because, yo, these man, they take all the air out of you before you get up there, fam. I'm telling you, you can't even sing, bro. But you know what? The atmosphere is unbelievable. It's one of the best atmospheres I've ever experienced, to be fair. So them Geordies, yeah, you got to give them some credit as well, man. They're doing bits. But Patrick, United, yeah, versus Nottingham Forest, yeah. And you know what? I just want to say, first of all, big up to Eric Ten Hag because he's actually sent out Jadon Sancho out to Holland to recoup. And obviously he's had a loss in his family and so on. And to be fair, you don't see managers come out and say this kind of thing and put this kind of thing into place and let my man go out there, get himself mentally better, get himself physically better and come back into the team. So first of all, big up to him. But what do you reckon, man? Nottingham Forest, you know, they're not no pushovers in a sense. They got some good results under the belt.
Yeah, obviously. They have, but I still expect Man United to beat Nottingham Forest. I do. And you know, Nottingham Forest, I mean, like you said, I mean, they beat us in the League Cup. So you don't turn up, they will beat you. But yeah, I think United are too strong. And Ten Hag has quietly gone about his business. He kind of is getting the right system now. Obviously, Ronaldo is no longer there, so that's another distraction that they won't have. And I think they're going about. I don't think they're finishing the top 4. They're definitely going to finish in the top 6, and they should be able to beat a team like Nottingham Forest with all due respect. So, yeah, I don't really see them struggling too much in that game.
No, Lee, you know what? United, they've been one of them teams that have been pretty inconsistent this season. I think Ronaldo, like Patrick touched on, has been a bit of a fuck around in the dressing room, a head fuck, not supporting his teammates when he needed to. And it can take a toll on certain players. Like I said, Jadon Sancho's not really been at his best, to be fair, since he's left Dortmund. Do you reckon United can improve from that 5th position? Because before the break, they did start to find some form, start to find some consistency, and get a little bit of a balance with Ten Hag putting his style of play into action.
I think ultimately Man United will win more games than they're going to lose. That's for sure. They won't play pretty football. They're not going to have this fluent kind of sexy football, as you would kind of call it, or the Dutch way of playing football. That's not going to be embedded for now. But I do think that they're going to have those hiccups where they'll lose. They're going to lose to a Newcastle away, or they're going to lose to an Everton away. That these are the games, or at home. They're not as solid as an Arsenal. They don't have that foundation. You can see the same thing with Tottenham. Like, Tottenham haven't been playing well, but they've been grinding out wins. I think what we're seeing with Man United is something very similar. You look at the Fulham game, they were quite poor in that game, and they found a way to get it. And they could have easily dropped points, but I think they will just keep kind of having these ups and downs throughout the season. And I think they'll push close for that 4th place. It's hard because, I think Liverpool are almost a guarantee to get top 4. I can't see how. I know you don't rate them, but I can't see how. I think Arsenal are going to get it, Man City, and I said Newcastle are going to get top 4. So that means that obviously Chelsea and Man United are going to drop out. So I don't actually. You know what? It will be between Newcastle for sure and Man United for that 4th place, because I just can't see how. I can't see.
So
Tottenham.
where are Spurs? So Spurs are in there or not?
I was waiting for that.
No. Spurs, no, listen. Spurs have got 3 very, very, very good strikers or forward players, plus with Richarlison added in there. And there's someone who I'm going to say that I'm not that high up on, but I think he does a very good job for Spurs, and that's Bentancur. I think Bentancur is he's warming to me a little bit more. So I think Spurs for sure are getting top 4. I mean, you could get 2nd, you can get 3rd. I'm not too sure, but I do see.
So who's dropping out then? Because then we've got City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham. Are they 5th position then, or what, fam? Because I think Tottenham will get top 4. Me personally,
yeah, I can't see Tottenham dropping out, man. Bro, as I said, I got corrected. I thought it was 8 goals. My man's got 12 goals, bro. Nah, man. Yeah. Tottenham are getting top 4, bro. That's a certified thing. And then I think, bro, it's Newcastle. I can't see how Newcastle don't get it. They play once a week.
No, I think Newcastle will drop out, man. I said it earlier. I think Newcastle will drop out and they get replaced with Liverpool. I just don't think they just don't have the know-how. Yeah. They don't have enough players in that squad that have been there, done that. Eddie Howe, bless his socks, he's doing great, but over the course of the season,
bless his socks,
you're mocking it now, man. Man said bless his socks like he said wasting. Nah, you're mocking it.
Nah. I just can't see them doing it.
Hey, listen, Kendall, that ain't gonna be I'm back in your team, Hold me, I'm back in your team, man.
Yo, you know what, bro? I don't know how Tottenham and Patrick's the most calmest Tottenham fan I've ever seen. Yeah, after all the shit that he's been through. Yeah, I'm telling you, we've been suffering for 18 years, and even that time we've still won trophies. Yeah, and I'm ready to pull my hair out, fam. You get me, bro? I'm gonna end up being like Lee, yeah, in the next year.
This guy comes with all the smoke. He loves it, bro. This guy, yeah. Listen,
I'm on the front line, bro.
Everyone's just, you know what? I was talking to Daps, yeah, a couple of weeks. I'm not probably about a month and a half ago, and I was like to him, bro, this guy, yeah, he's so annoying. He gets on my nerves. He's like, you know what? It's true. He was like, yeah, it's true, but you know what? He's just the nicest guy. Like, he's like a big teddy bear. I was like, fuck this guy, man. Listen, bro. Hey, listen, he's a wind up, bro. This guy is a wind up.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. But trust me, I get it tenfold. When we lose, my phone goes nuts. Trust me, I just don't even want to look at my phone.
And you deserve it, bro. You deserve it.
You know what? Yeah, it looks like Lee's gonna have to start being a regular on this. I'm getting entertained just watching it, fam. You know what I mean, fam?
But look, guy, yeah, comes with talk, fam. I swear, hey, Premzy, bro, I swear to you, yeah. Go on his Twitter, bro. This guy's a fucking wind-up merchant, bro. I swear to God, bro.
You know what, bro? I'm not really a big Twitter guy like that. You know what I mean? You know,
Nah,
Lee, you
man,
know me,
got-
bro. I'm
listen,
not really
you know
doing
what?
Twitter like
You know
that
what?
too
Don't jump on
tough.
Twitter because his BS is all over it, bro.
Don't worry, bro. You know what me being on his Twitter page, I'm telling you now, fam. Don't want me being on there. But look, last but not least, yeah, Leeds versus Man City. Obviously, Man City, Kevin De Bruyne, he's not had a very good World Cup out here, slagging his man off, saying, right, too old and all that. But you got players like Vertonghen and all that in the back, you know what I mean? Man coming back out and firing back. But it's one of them now. You got to look at Man City now and think, is it possible that they could carry on dropping points? You got to think they dropped points against Brentford just before the World Cup as well. Are they going to carry on in that same kind of vein? Which personally I can't see. I think the squad is too strong, but they might give Arsenal an opportunity this year because they haven't been the most consistent City from the start, and we are normally seeing City improve as the season gets on. But what is it, 18 games gone, bro? And I'm still not seeing the best City. Do you reckon the likes of Zinchenko, Jesus, Sterling, all these men going in one window is having a big implementation on their current squad? Patrick, you kick it off and then we'll finish with Lee.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, as well, don't forget, it's a weird one because Liverpool have a League Cup game this Thursday. Sorry, not Liverpool, Man City. They got Liverpool. So
right, okay.
Yeah, so that's a
we've been knocked out of that, you get me? So I'm not even looking at that anymore.
So that one is quite interesting because there's going to be a lot of players.
Fry, man. It's for the small fry, bro.
Yeah, but there's a lot of players that are obviously not going to be ready. I know Man City have a deep squad, but that's still a game, that they've got to come back for. So that's quite interesting because then you've got Leeds away, which is the Premier League one. So it's strange because, usually you'd be like, yeah, Man City are going to walk it. But I don't know, something about this Man City team doesn't fill me with the same confidence that I usually have. And then you've got Arsenal who are winning games and looking good. And even if they're not playing well, they're still winning. So I don't know, man. It's a weird season, but I'm not as confident with Man City as I usually would be. And I know Haaland's going crazy. De Bruyne is still amazing, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Defensively, they're not as solid. There's no doubt about that. You can get at that defense this season, where usually you can never get at Man City defense. And they should beat Leeds away, but I don't know. I do think Man City will still win the league, but I think Arsenal will run them close. That's just me being honest. I think Arsenal, you guys will. But then saying that, I don't know what's going to happen with your striker situation. So
don't get us back on this striker situation. What you playing at?
I'm just thinking out loud, innit? So I do think you guys will run them close. I do think that something special is going on with Arsenal this year. And I feel that City just don't seem that same strong entity that they usually are. So we'll see. Things can change, but as it stands, I don't know. And like you're saying, even Kevin De Bruyne, he's been good, but he's not been as amazing as he usually is. Obviously, Haaland is an alien. He's just crazy. But Cancelo defensively is not good. Diaz hasn't looked as good as solid defensively. You can get at this Man City team this year. So, yeah, man, I think Arsenal have probably been a better team. Not probably, they have. So we'll see. I don't know if City are going to go in for anyone. Obviously, you guys will see what happens with your striker situation. You've been linked with a few good attacking forwards. So we'll see what happens there. So, yeah, we'll see. But City this year, I'm not as convinced as I usually am.
Say no more. Well, special guest, yeah, Goon and Lee, talk to me. Have we got the cojones? Have we got the minerals to run these man right to the end, bro? Because if we are, it's going to be a tough test. And your boy Eddie and Ketty about to pull his socks up. I'm telling you now, G.
I think the next 7 games are very difficult. We've got Brighton away. Obviously, we've got West Ham. We've got, I think, Everton, the last kind of game in that 7-8 game run. We've got Spurs away, Man United at home. So we've got some really challenging
Newcastle
games.
at home as well.
Newcastle at home as well. Yeah, so we've got some challenging games. And I think if we get through this cluster of games, I think we'll be good enough to kind of say, yeah, we're really in it. And look, I'm not going to say no title challenge yet, because I do think, regardless of Jesus getting injured or not, we need a player or two. And you even we definitely agree on that part. So I'm not going to say title challenge until I see what happens in January. I think Haaland might have something loading for the Premier League. You know, man's just been sitting there festering, bro. So
get me polishing them shotguns up.
Yeah, man, he might have something crazy. And obviously, look, people talking in De Bruyne's name, he might come back and say, yo, you man are talking the smack on me. It might be a bit sticky still. So, look, it's going to be a tricky one. 100% I agree with Patrick. I don't think Man City have actually played that well. So it's a tough one. But look, can we run them close? Quality wise, yeah, I think we can beat them at home for sure on our day. For sure we can. But I think over the course of the season, maybe missing that absolute quality of Jesus up front is going to be a real problem. But I think we before the injury, listen, right now we're on 90 points plus. If we were staying at this, I think with Nketiah, we'll be hitting around the 70 points mark, and that's easily top three. So listen, I can't complain too much, man. I can't complain because we didn't expect it, and we're in a great position. 5 points clear. Let's get to January and see what happens from there. In it, that's where I'm going to leave it.
Nah, you know what, bro? I agree with all of that as well, bro. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what the Arsenal City game's like because, funny enough, it was Boxing Day last year where we played City. Me and Big Steve drove up, and bro, I was absolutely hammered, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man, was wasted, fam. You get me? Big Steve picked me up, yeah, like 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah, bro. Man was fucking out of it, yeah. But that game really got to me, bro, because really we should have won that game, yeah. Rodri, Rodri scored like literally right in the last depths, bro. Last minute, you get me, bro. Sent man going mental, bro. I swear to God, yeah. So it's going to be interesting because obviously we have improved a lot more than what we have. We've improved a lot more this season than what we were last season. So I think it's going to be interesting. We can get Man City's number and we can beat City. I think they will take a step back then and think, fucking hell, this Arsenal side is actually the real deal. You know what I mean? There's not many teams that can turn us over in certain ways. But people, we have come to the end of the show. Make sure that you smash a like on this video and make sure you subscribe to the Mandem. The link to their channel is actually in the title. All you got to do is just click on the name, click on Patrick, click on Lee, and make sure you subscribe. As you can see, bro, nothing but love. Good chemistry. And you know what, Lee, yeah, if the people want it and you're available, because I know you're a busy man, I know that you're left, right and center on all of these shows, yeah, and if you can make yourself available to come on Premier League Unpacked as a regular, bro, I'd love to have you on. You know what I'm saying, bro? I think obviously we've got Tom as well. He's unfortunately, like I said at the start of the show, he is unwell, so make sure you get well soon, Tom. Patrick, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, Patrick Tyrant, like Lee said on Twitter, Patrick Tyrant, just for the normal way, and on Instagram, follow me. You're not gonna like me, trust me. You know, especially the Spurs fans and non-Arsenal fans. So Lee loves it as well. He knows he loves it. And then the YouTubers Chatty Patty. So just type that in, you'll find me. But yeah, it's always a pleasure, Lee. Always love, you're a good guy. You know, we always clash. You are a good guy. And Femzy, nothing but love from the beginning. So yeah, thank you for having me on yet again.
My killer. Lee, talk to them. Tell them where they're going to find you because this guy, yeah, I've just turned in my channel. I'm seeing this guy left, right, and center, and I'm thinking, what's going on here, bro? Where's the contract for the man, them, fam? What's going on?
Listen, man, we're out here, man. We're growing. Listen, you know, I love coming on this show. I love coming on this channel, bro. It's always jokes, man. The last time I was on this channel, it was another piece of controversy. So every single time I'm on this channel with you, right? Yeah, listen, but anyway. Big up. Yeah, you'll catch me on Goonally on YouTube. Just like yourself, you'll see me on the AFTV a few times. I don't know if I might be there next week as well. So, on Twitter, Lee versus Lee. So, yeah, it's always good. It's always entertaining. And listen, everyone knows, man, these are my peoples, man. We never argue like that. So, it's all good. It's all love. So, people, relax with it. We're family, man. We're good. So,
I was sitting there. That wasn't an argument. You just having a discussion about.
You know what it is, bro? I'm telling you now. I'm just one of the most passionate geezers you're gonna get. When I hear something I don't like, you get me, bro? It's all coming out, fam. You know what I mean? But now it's all love in the hood.
It was all respectful. There was no name calling, no slander.
You know what?
Two people.
I really enjoyed this show. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little while now since I put up some content. I did I think it was the AC Milan watch along. But like I said, bro, I can't lie to myself. You get me, and just throw bare watch-alongs for the World Cup. And when my heart's not in it, you get me. I can't lie to the man them that are in the chat and say, "Oh, I'm into it," when I'm not really into it. You get me. So you know me, keeping it 100% real. Now the Gunners are back. You get me, man's back in full force. This is all it is, people. But look, we have come to the end of the show. Like I said, make sure you do go and subscribe to the Mandem. Lee is not far from a K. And also Patrick, he will start loading more content on his channel soon. You get me? I've been on this guy for a while to start loading something up. You get me? But you know, like these top 10 fans,
the
you know what they're like.
They got nothing to talk about, bro. They got no history to talk about. They got nothing to talk about.
Lee says I'm annoying, but he doesn't stop.
You know what it is? He knows how to pull the strings doesn't he? Big Leo.
Nah, you
And
got me earlier, you know.
and you know what it is as well?
Yeah, and I just ignored him, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna get no team.
You know what? Yeah, these two man, yeah, need to have a Royal Rumble. Yo, you got two big units. You get me, bro? If you man in the chat don't know how big Laguna Lee is, yeah, he's absolutely massive, man. I'm telling you,
wedge.
yeah.
He's
He's
wedge.
absolutely.
I ain't messing with him, man.
He's been eating iron for breakfast, bro. I don't know what's going on,
Bro,
fam.
all I'm saying is, bro, listen, the only guns that I loaded this season is my fucking team, bro. You get me? Wow, you get me? Coming.
Oh man, please.
You know,
Oh man, I need the
Only
Arsenal
Man
to fall
United
off their perch, man. You lot are way too happy.
Yeah, I know you be trying to end the stream on bad vibes, you fam. What you talking about, bro? Arsenal to win the league. Come on, the boys, let's have it. But people, that's us done. Peace and love, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully next Monday, now 8 o'clock. We're gonna try to keep it as a regular time, a regular slot. So use man know where to come. But make sure you smash the like on this video, comment below, and also, like I said, finally, go and show the man them some love, because as you can see, good people. But that's us out. Peace and love, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace, man.